You come in a little more on this one.
We didn't do it like that. Listen to the original version.
No. In the original version, you didn't do the first one.
Right.
And then you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, thank you. It's after way.
What you love. How many people go to work every day and say, I just love my job? Yeah.
My show tonight, it's about transcendence. The hair looks good in here.
We never had a problem. We had a problem in Copenhagen, but we handled that.
We handled it. We're Christians, but we don't take no steps. So they be doing that thing with the old school and the young school and the new school. We got the middle school. Know what I'm saying?
Scale, loosen up. Push it, push it.
But this is my hood right now. This is where I live. We got constant surveillance from the police. We're never without police protection.
As tired as you get. So it's showtime.
Hey.
Diva stands for Divine Inspirational Vocal Attribute. I know I can sing. I know I'm blessed.
Well, you sound like a diva to
Let's go to my very first singing gig. My mother and me, I was 5. And she was going to buy some fish at a fish market. It was the middle of July. Remember the old-timey stores when they would have a bell on the door to let them know? And for some reason, the door closed and I heard the jingle and I just stood up against the door and wouldn't let anybody in or anybody out and started singing Jingle Bells. And my mother got free fish and $50.
But I would bring my record in, you know, my Jackson 545, and sing along to Michael Jackson, and everyone would be like, is he singing? He's singing? And I remember just feeling like a star in 2nd grade. Yeah, you get used to that. It doesn't get better than that.
Don't you keep me waiting,
If that don't get him out at 12 minutes. Lord, today.
Every time you said, I said.
Midnight, baby.
That sounded wonderful.
Midnight, baby.
That was real good.
Yes.
You're searching high and lower for something that'll soothe your remorse, but your iffy choices keep on pulling you down as you contemplate your next collision course. When you only see and hear and feel what you know, you give up the chance to breathe and to grow. In the dish and the digs and the filth and the grind is a much better use of your time. Hurry up and get to the red light. Come on, come on. Hurry up and just stand still. Come on, come on. Hurry up and get to the red light. Looks like you got time. Looks like you got time to. Looks like you got time to I've never parked in Times Square in the middle of the night. I'm having the most cathartic day driving through the Midtown Tunnel, which I haven't been through in years.
Why is Long Island cathartic?
Well, I grew up on Long Island, so it just like brings everything back up to the surface for me. So glamorous. With my keys almost over the grate. Yes, it's a nightmare. Welcome to my life. What else felt? There it is. Hello. You're ruining my whole image of myself.
What's your image?
This great rock star who sings cabaret. Now I'm really conscious that I'm so boring.
I don't think you can stand the sound of my name anymore.
I said it's like chanting. It's not even a song. It's chanting. Joey Reynolds.
I saw you at the Grammyawards.
The room.
Yeah, did you hear me go, Joey?
Is that you?
That was me.
So you're at Brandy's?
Yeah.
What nights?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All night or just part of the night?
9:30 to 3. All night.
I don't know if you've ever seen him.
He's on trial.
Have you ever seen him in a club?
No, but I've heard
Well,
him.
then you don't know.
I've
That's
heard
what
his
I'm
CD.
saying
I
to
have
you.
a CD.
But you haven't seen him work. So there's a lot of money in music when it works. And there's nothing in it when it doesn't work.
Right.
And there's nothing that's really better than having a hit song. What do you have with you?
What do you sing, Bobby?
I have tracks from my my CD and tracks from my show that's coming up in June.
Is this a new song that you wrote?
Do you want to hear a new song or do you want to hear an old
I
song?
want to hear a new one. I love your writing.
Okay.
I think you're great.
Will it ever snow in New York City again? Seems like every year it's nothing but a little cold rain. I miss the feeling of justified cabin fever. And I miss feeling like every day is a postcard moment. For this long time ago, believer. I think tonight I'm gonna ask if there are any people out there who would like to produce my next CD. I figure, you know, couldn't hurt to ask, right? You put it out there. Why not? I need money. I want to produce the CD, and I hope I can do it within the year.
Have you ever done anything like that before? Yeah, just like put yourself out there like that?
Well, not to 5 million people. This time I'd really know who I was before I gave my heart. This time I'd fall real slow, like the first show of snow in November. It wouldn't consume my life, but enhance it with its promise. And the promise would be never spending time to remember. maybe David Geffen's listening and say, hey, this guy's pretty good. Or maybe if it's not David Geffen, it's Phil Ramone. He's the guy I want. He did Billy Joel's albums, and he's great.
One of these days, we'll buy a casino.
There's no perfect anything on this planet. In other words, things are right where they belong. They're not out of order. The attitude adjustment is to say and accept everything as it comes along and work through it, and have the right attitude about things that are happening to us. Because it's not what happens; it's how we handle what happens. Bobby, you want a record deal?
Yep, absolutely.
You want to leave here without the cameraman, but with a record deal?
Okay.
I'd rather be here in our humble 2 rooms.
I'm finding that in my life, that if I say what I want, or if I write down what I want, it usually comes to fruition in one way or another. Most likely it doesn't come about the exact way that I want it or imagine it, but something else comes out of it, out of the desire.
God is so good though. I never slept in the car or, on a park bench or anything like that. We always had cover. We always had warmth and coolness, for the summer months. The earthquake in 1933 that happened in Long Beach says the Long Beach quake did not damage the towers, though it cracked the foundation of the new 28-story Los Angeles City Hall. That earthquake shook the foundation. Endurance, lasting power. I will never go through this again. I will never take myself through this again. I will never allow Alexis and my grandson to go through this again. I said, because you're going to show me what to do. God is going to give me a way for me to make money so that I can never have to go through this homeless situation again.
I go to bed and I pray that you'll come back to me, because I just don't think I can face one more day without your love to see me through. I don't know what to do. All I want is you forever.
He was doing a movie and he called in a girlfriend of mine for us to do the background. So we started singing, and he happened to know my group. I had a group called Hodges, James, and Smith in the 70s. And he says, I know those girls. And he was going on about my whole career. And I'm going like, who is this guy?
What I would give just to see you smile when you look into my eyes. Oh no, I just can't explain.
We just hit it off. It clicked, and his music is so me. Right. And I am so his music. It's it's quite a marriage, you know. It happened. It's just been a beautiful thing.
Quite is the right word. So my version of the story.
Okay. All I want to do is to spend my whole life loving you.
The bridge, you changed the melody of that love everlasting, I'm counting the days. You went love everlasting. Why don't we just pick it up on the bridge?
Yeah, go ahead. I just never had a lot of money. That's why I figured now, I may be having some chance to make some money, or maybe God's gonna send me an angel or something. I'm ready to have it. I'm ready to handle it. I know what to do with it. Love everlasting, I'm counting the days until you hurry home. Please hurry home to stay. All I want is you forever. With Peitor, it's music. It's the music that we make together. That's what we're about. And hopefully, we'll make some money. We'll sell some records. So it's money too, but it's really the music, the songs. They're great. And I don't know anybody can sing them any better than me.
That was great.
That was interesting.
You found the pocket.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It's like,
Yeah.
all I need is, then
Yeah.
they go, spend my whole life loving you, da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's got nothing left to say. Just, yeah.
Yeah. You go, baby.
She's sending the other girls home.
This is where I was in my first little choir, and we were singing this song. I can't remember what the song was, but I was sticking out. Are you ready? Mr. McCall was my teacher, and he said, come here, Patricia. He said, sing this song for me. And I sang, and he said, okay, you sit on the front row.
Oh my God, it's like the sweet inspirations in Pat Hodges. It was like, sort of, I guess, if you want to think of a dream come true or something, having grown up listening to all those records and the sweet inspirations and knowing how they sang with Aretha and knowing them on stage with Aretha, on stage with Elvis and all these different people, and all of a sudden here it is, they're on stage singing a song by Aretha.
I'm sending down a message for the whole wide world to hear. We got to break down all the walls.
He made me feel alive again with my music. He brought that back to me.
What we need is a revolution.
There were points in which I thought about suicide. Those lean years, I thought about suicide.
That's a great audience.
I was like nervous a little bit. Yeah, for like, a few minutes till I opened my mouth.
I love the way you started out there on that first song.
Actually, it's because I don't want to get winded. I said, let me go into this real easy, like, hey, let me do a little vogue on you.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. I comb in my hair now and wonder what dress to wear now. When I say a little prayer for you, forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only mean heartbreak for me.
The new American Idol. Yeah.
Well, that's Aretha's song, but we did the background on it.
Yeah, I know that's Aretha's song.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's us on the background.
How you doing?
I want Sing it, Whitney. I was just thinking, that sure don't look like Whitney.
Big Kim. Big Kim. She's
I look like Jane Fonda in this.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah.
We're gonna find it.
Have you tried on every wig in this song?
Girl, you see me? I'm having a field day.
I'm asking for the wig gods to shine on me right now.
I like it. I hate wigs.
No, but
I don't care about the color. No, I'm not. They're trying to make me do it. I hate it.
Yes, it
Woo! Woo! Totally ridiculous.
You scary. You scary.
But I don't have to wear this other than stage, right? I'm not going to wear this. I'm telling you now.
But you don't have to wear it around the house.
No,
Isn't that great? I think this is gonna be the
It's
one. I just
amazing.
want to try some other
I
stuff.
also love the way it totally softens your face.
Oh, you like that, huh, Peter? Woo-wee! I'm scared of you.
Yeah.
Oh, really? See what they're doing to me? You see what they're doing to me, right?
Oh, that's pretty.
That's me. This is me right here. Although that does give a lot of glamour, you know? But I don't care about glamour. Not right now. When I started singing secular with Elvis or with the Sweet Inspirations, I was told that that wasn't good. I couldn't sing, they call it the devil's songs. They had me so confused, and so one day I actually prayed. I actually wanted to quit all that stuff. And you know what I heard in my mind? You know what I heard? It's not the song you sing, it's the life you live. My biological dad died when I was 9. My mom died when I was 4. My father was a minister. My mother was a soloist in the church. And naturally, I'm quite sure had they lived, they would have been dead down on what I was doing. They wouldn't have liked it at all. But this is me.
I've been waiting much too long for my day to come. I've been waiting patiently, but now it's time to get me some. I'm watching everybody doing what they want to do. Now I'm ready to express myself, 'cause I'm something new. I'm glorious, yeah, that's what I am. My time has come to have some fun and be the best I can. I'm glorious, yeah, that's what I am. So you better step aside, boy, 'cause I'm about to shine. I'm about to shine.
Yes.
I'm coming out. Stand away from the door, because I'm coming out.
When I was growing up and looked at artists such as like the Beatles or Aretha or Ike Tina or whatever, there was always an image. You know, whether they were young or whether they were old, there was an image. So now we're going to the world of the Sweet Inspirations. And where does that take me? What are their feelings? What are their emotions? What will my experience be when I'm in there?
I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to make a change. Starting right here with me.
What interested me about their sound was a soulful R&B sound, like a really traditional kind of old school sound, and finding a way to take that and meld that with contemporary music, but not put them in an alien world.
You're all like stars, like just shining towards me. I want.
Is that great? Fantastic, beautiful, great, keep that.
I think we're on our way. So far, there are 3 songs we've recorded, but you do something like this, you give them a sense of self-esteem of what they can look like when they're beat up right and done right, and then I think that inspires them. Once they can start to see it and to visualize it, then they can start to be it.
I used to study their harmonies and stuff, and I used to sit with 2 tape recorders and overdub myself so that I would know all the parts, like top, middle, and bottom. And I ended up in the group by the grace of God. Because me and Myrna do a lot of sessions together. So she said, well, Portia, would you want to be a Sweet Inspiration? I was like, yes, absolutely. So she said, well, you know, the other girls need to hear you. So she called Sylvia on the phone and had me sing Bridge Over Troubled Waters over the phone. Sylvia's like, you go, girl, you in.
Actually, Cissy was not replaceable until I heard Portia sing. And I said, oh, that's the sound that we used to have.
When you feel that tingle, that energy flowing when you're singing something and it's just great, you know it's great. You just say, oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And you can't stop. You really can't stop. At that point, I'm being used, being channeled by the gift.
Hey, come out! Everybody come out! Come on, come out! Come on out!
The song is about realizing your own personal power and getting out there.
Oh, sure!
I recently went back to my hometown, Iowa City, Iowa, and I found a record store there. And I went through the bins, and I was very excited to find this album, which is a wonderful album. It's Dusty Springfield in Memphis. Sure. I knew the Sweet Inspirations did the backgrounds on this album. So it was great to go through a store, find an old album, and see on here backing vocals of Sweet Inspirations. And that's like, oh yeah, I know them. I'm writing songs, I'm producing them, I'm working with them.
We've been on so many records.
I can't even tell you how many sessions we did.
In fact, we've done so many songs, I don't remember them all. You know, and sometimes oh, that's us, you know. That's just the name but a few.
We had the ability to pick parts that other background singers wouldn't think of. And we had a blend. It was a secret blend of our voices. We don't know what happened, how it occurred. My voice is very pop. Cissy is gospel to the extreme and soulful. Sylvia has that powerful alto. And Estelle has this kind of deep, almost growl bottom.
I always tell the girls, I know a lot of people that can sing, but everybody can't blend.
We made the background. The background made the songs.
And we could come up with parts that nobody would think of. I mean, we did that deliberately. You know, we didn't want to sound like ordinary background singers. Well, we started making records at Sweet Inspirations in 1967. When Jerry Wexler signed her to Atlantic, he introduced us to Aretha, and she liked the sound.
So everybody that was on Atlantic, we ended up doing their background session.
Jerry Wexler decided to offer us a contract, but he wanted us always available for Aretha, and that was a way to ensure that.
They recorded us as the Sweet Inspirations, but I think basically, you know, we knew after a while that we really weren't gonna have the biggest hit like we should have, because we had a few records that should have been #1, you know.
But then we learned that we're gonna record a gospel album. Okay, everybody does it. And when it comes out, it's called Cissy, Drinker, and the Sweet Inspirations. This was around the time when Diana Ross left the Supremes. So we go, no.
I hear the master cry, be not afraid, 'tis I. And the storm is passing over.
It was very hard. It was very hard. A whole lot of nights up, a whole lot of tears, a whole lot of not understanding.
It hurt a lot to be betrayed, and that, even though it sounds minor, but when you look up to somebody, like I looked up to Cissy, and I still do, it's like, why?
I made my own choices, you know, and that's what everybody has to do. You make good choices, you make bad choices.
Storm is passing over, hallelujah.
My dad used to always tell me, you make your bed hard, lay in it. And you learn to. As far as I was concerned, there was no group like the Sweets, none.
They were my life. They were good friends. Yeah, I miss them. I miss them. I don't know that I would ever do it again, but I miss them.
When you saw one of us, you thought about the other three, you know? And to have that end was kind of, it hurt, you know? It did.
Yeah, that's what trailing is. Yeah, the girls give us a check, it goes in here, bring it up on the second key.
I got no low F tonight. And since this F is gone, nothing in F. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I love it. We can find out.
And the idea is, of course, to find out who's breaking strings.
Ow! Girl! The best part is when this happens while like a customer is singing and it all falls down.
No, just give me a minute to think through the lyric, and I'll be up.
Come on.
I'm not gonna play the General Hospital theme.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
I am so not.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
I'm so not gonna do it.
Please.
Give me a minute and I'll be quiet, please. Give me a minute, because I just need to think through it. Grease and the movie? Please.
Details.
Okay, all right.
Wow. Let's take the day off and dust the shadows from our eyes. So hang the phone up, shut the door, lock out the lights.
When I first started out with my band in the late 80s, the first time we went to a studio to record, the engineer thought we were really great. So he started this record company, and you know, he recorded us, and we were performing live in Manhattan, and we were getting really cool gigs, and it was really great. And then, you know, I started to like hear people saying, oh, you should do this, or you should look this way, or you should, and I believed them.
Let's clear the fog around us, start pounding on that horn.
So then, of course, it all falls apart because the innocence is gone, you know? I never realized that until just now. This guy who was a producer for Duran Duran, I don't know how he came into our lives out of nowhere. And he was a junkie, and all he really wanted was our money so he could buy heroin. And that's pretty much when the band fell apart.
And you doubt the face you see on the other side of the glass. Let's up and go and drop this outdated state of mind. Let's ride the waves of the road and leave it all behind. Cause if something's right.
You know, I've had a certain level of success. I've recorded an album and it's out. But I've had a stranglehold on my career. I wanted it to be a certain way, and it just didn't happen. It hasn't happened yet.
And there's something right, something strong.
I was watching something on VH1 the other day. It was about Bon Jovi, and when their first big hit album was coming out, the record company, you know, albums need to be red and black. Red and black is attractive and it sells, so okay. Good enough for me. If it's good enough for Bon Jovi, it's good enough for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is, I'm doing shows in next month. All new songs from my album that'll hopefully be out soon. Yay, come to my show. Yay. You have to come, you totally own me now. You always say you're coming and you're never there.
How do you guys do the piano bar thing?
It's hard, isn't it?
Oh my God. Well,
I do 3 nights in a row.
Well,
But Saturday at 4 a.m. driving home, I'm like praying.
I wouldn't.
That's my life. Trying to be productive.
I know. It's I don't know how you do it.
And make a living at the same time.
I'm having a hard enough time enjoying it, but having a hard enough time doing one night a week.
Yeah. Well, because it throws you off.
It just throws me off for the rest of the week. But anyway, I still think that discontent and ridicule have to come on one. Okay, so it's gave me nothing but voices. A whole one goes by of discontent and ridicule. Yeah. I am not your fool. And then you don't have to hold this as long. Okay.
Right. There aren't that many singer-songwriters in cabaret.
No, you're not to me.
You know, I'm kind of an enigma, if you will. You know, I'll perform in the cabarets, the physical cabaret itself, but I don't really think of myself as a cabaret artist or singer. I'll do my best to win back your trust. I'd sell my soul to see you smile. I think that the only way to be effective is to be as vulnerable as possible. Otherwise, it's bull. Otherwise, it's, you know, MTV. I will learn to walk on water. I will scale Mount Impossible. If you can reconsider your broken heart, I'll put us back together, part by part. You know, it's really just about kind of doing what I can do and then just hoping that the fates will come together and help me out.
I feel like you played more triplets.
I did. I kept going, but I want you guys to stop.
And then the groove changes
on
on bar 53, B verse.
You know what, though? The second time...
It's like a bridge almost.
Because we're coming from this.
Yeah, it just becomes, instead of...
Ain't no judgment here, just sister and brotherhood, and nothing to fear.
The other day you lilted back, today you stayed in your own world, and say, instead of saying to me, these are the people I'm sharing the stage with. Okay, so hands at the side when
At the top.
At the top. So you're just relaxed and filling up your balloon.
How are you? Hi, babies. How are you? This is my grandson, Alex. This is Miss Estelle Borwn. This is my daughter.
Did you go to the house of the Lord? You didn't get out of the bed?
I wanted to keep there. I was tired.
Okay, well, why don't we come here and test out your voice? I remember the first time I saw her perform, and we were blown away. I mean, we knew she was a great singer. As soon as she gets more of her weight taken off, that will help her knees, that will help her wind, that will help a lot of stuff. It'll make her life easier. It's the hardest thing in her life right now, I think, is her weight. Do you have something to put up with, or?
That's intense. That's what I got to live up to.
I was about 3 or 4 really. And I remember her doing plays, and I remember her singing with Ann Margaret, background for Ann Margaret. I remember seeing her, I was about 9, about his age, 9, 10 years old, on Soul Train. Her and Hodges, James, and Smith. I remember everything.
When I left, I knew I had to go because there had to be other things out there for me. We were fighting all the time about music and about money and about your man and my man, and there was a lot of struggles due to Mr. Stevenson's ways. He had to be in control. He controlled every facet of my life, and it just wasn't healthy. It was like he had his hands around my neck, and he was choking the life out of me. That's the way I felt. That's the way I felt. And I busted out of there. I was running. I've had a lot of hurts and destruction and things torn down in my life. So I needed something to hold on to that was always there. And my faith is what that was, my faith in God. And knowing that His presence, or God presence in me, was something that I could always return to and be okay.
Don't film her because that guy backed into her. She gets fixed next week. I can't imagine someone coming to a complete stop at a stop sign and deciding to just back up.
tired being a mogul and everyone that reports to me is me. It's pretty exciting to me that I'm working with the same girls that worked with Burt Bacharach on all those Dionne Warwick records. Because Burt's one of my big heroes. And I didn't know they'd done that, but I remember that day that Myrna said to me that, on Don't Make Me Over, she's like, doubling Dionne up there. I'm like, ooh, I have to stop for a moment.
At the end of my day, when I get home, I can't go for shit and start to wind down.
It's great having some dance stuff on there. But I also think that the R&B stuff is good to have on, and that 70s stuff is good to have on because it's good for licensing. Because you got to look for every single possible avenue.
That's right. Absolutely.
Revenue. Every avenue for revenue.
Okay. Every avenue for revenue. Okay.
I know what's going on, and I talk to record stores, and I know that sales are going down, and they're going down. They're lower now than they were 3 months ago, and they were lower 3 months ago than they were 3 months before that. I mean, it's piddling out. Artists work really hard. It's not like they can have another career. It's it's just like, so you like this artist, you like it enough, you want to download it, but you don't want to pay for it. So, well, fuck you. I've got to make a living. A company has to make money to continue.
Salvation is merely a conscious choice we make. If we change our minds, we change behavior. Our words bring out the hidden savior. From the heart of the universe, fear will reverse.
I'm exhausted.
Okay.
You never have problems with second halves of songs because you have no problem getting to the emotional core, which is the problem plenty of people have. So you're sort of lucky because you wrote them yourself, so you theoretically you know exactly who you're talking to and where they're coming from.
Right.
Those are the questions that I would tell you to ask yourself anyway. For each song, who am I talking to, and why am I talking to them? Right. Why is the song important?
Well, I'm certainly not where I wanted to be, 20 years ago when I was a teenager. And I feel like sometimes I get, oh my God, I'm gonna be 40 in a couple of years. And I'm getting older, and how come I'm still at that fucking bar, Of course I wanted to be a rock and roll star. And sell out Madison Square Garden. But
So we're just rushing a couple places. Did you notice that?
I think, okay, but we can do it now.
Yeah, she should do it now.
Okay.
And leading into it.
Reach back in my mind. Excuse me.
I think
everybody should sing it now.
Okay, but I didn't sing it before. Okay.
I know, but okay.
Should be.
Well, you know what I'm feeling? It's not as loose and everything as it was before.
Do you want to listen back to that?
Sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet, sweet.
So reach back. That sounded really nice. And the scoop up. And then once the scoop up, you were a bit louder. Then the blend wasn't quite as good as it could have been.
Okay. Sweet, sweet inspiration. Sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration,
inspiration. Move with us.
I didn't move.
You're going sweet inspiration.
We should redo it.
Sweet inspiration.
For some reason, I don't know why, it's like, even when you're doing the low part, she would sing and then she would cut out for the I.
Right.
And she wouldn't sing that note and then come back in. And I don't know, she may just be nervous about it.
I know what you were saying, but I was hoping somebody would step up and say, no, I can do it.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. Because I can't make anybody want this as much as I do. The backgrounds sound too rigid.
Yeah, they do.
That's what it is. I mean, that's just how I'm interpreting.
That's exactly how it is.
We break our necks trying to get over here. We break our necks coming up with parts.
Right.
We break our necks, you know, just trying to make it the best it can be. Because ain't nobody beating down the doors looking for the sweet inspiration. So we got to beat down the doors.
I mean, she said to me, you know, she's afraid of what's coming out of her mouth after she had her stroke. She's nervous about the sounds that she's making. She doesn't feel like she's making the sounds she should be making. There's a fear, whether it's accurate or not.
I just want everybody to be excited, like, you know,
Yeah.
all of us to be excited, you know?
Unfortunately, the way I'm feeling, the other person is just going along for the ride. And they've been here much longer than me. She's an original.
It's coming to where it's looking like it's really gonna happen. Are we afraid of success? Is that it?
After these songs, that's 7 songs.
Right,
It's like halfway to.
Yeah. We should be just jubilant, you know? Just be jumping off the walls and stuff.
You know, if everybody on the team is swinging and batting and running
Sure.
the bases.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
How you feel all right, Estelle? You feel like singing today? Okay, because it doesn't sound like we're not all on the same page. We're not. It's a bad vibe going on, and if there's any problem, let's just talk it out and get it. Because no problem. Okay, because it's not gelling, and I can hear it when even without listening to the track. We're at a point now where it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. So we just gotta all be happy about it.
Well, let me go copy those parts over.
Okay.
Take a few minutes down here.
All right. This chair. I feel like today we let him down, you know? Oh, his faith in us is unbelievable, you know, so we can't let him down.
It's more than letting him down. I'm letting myself down.
He's always got the smile, the energy. He's always got the energy. He's always ready to work. And sometimes we don't come in with that. Because I think we're ready. I know we're ready. We just have to know.
Okay, put the vocals all back.
Okay. All right, we're ready.
I did my hair, so maybe that
I see you.
Maybe it was just my hair.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Maybe it just needed a little lift. Maybe it was all about my hair.
Oh, boy.
Feel that?
I am not up for this today. But here I go. Press my way. I'm actually feeling lighter. I don't know if I've lost anything. And I'm certainly eating different. I'm not eating McDonald's and Jack in the Box. Drunk in the box.
3. Keep your elbows up. 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. Push it. Push it. Good. Take a little break. Take a little break. That's fine. Don't go too far down. But you want to help gain some of the strength that you need in your knees. Okay? I know sometimes you're feeling afraid of this, but that's the only way you're going to get some strength building in there. Squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze it, squeeze it. Now you haven't given us any indication how your date went the other night.
Well,
All I know is that we couldn't get a hold of you the next morning.
I just want to know when to get the cocktail napkins and the matches printed up. Wow.
How was it?
Honestly, terrible. He didn't show.
Say how was it?
No.
Say how goes it?
I went to the banquet. We were supposed to meet at the banquet.
Are you serious?
And he didn't show. Either he got scared.
All right, you know what? You give me that Bazooko's number.
He didn't show
We'll take
up.
care of him. Johnny, we need you to take care of somebody.
I sat with all my friends. And
Oh, that's good.
There was an empty chair there, and I was supposed to.
Did he call or anything?
No. Haven't heard from him at all.
That's all right, honey.
So I think he just got scared.
Yeah, that's true.
Character flaw. So that I'm glad I
You know
know
what?
now. That's
Okay, now
right.
hold it up, hold it up. You want to see that in the beginning, not later on.
I'm glad I know now.
Exactly.
Whoa, I'm holding.
Hold it, squeeze it, squeeze
I've been out of my house since June 3rd. But it's Friday. Friday, I pick up my keys, and Saturday morning, I'm going to rent a truck and I'm going to get my stuff.
Well, there you go.
So I am so
I'm
happy.
sure one other exercise you
So
want you to do.
Because it has been a long time
Come
coming.
over here, sweetie.
My God.
Switch over here.
Whew.
Why don't you get the ball?
There were a lot of places where it happened, and then there's some things that you sort of tripped over, and I didn't get the words in the same way. It's like as if you're talking to God.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You know, I know you don't. I didn't tell you that.
I didn't know that.
Preach to the choir. But just that when you arrive to every word and idea, it's like you're looking for an answer.
Why did it take so long for me to find my way? So many lessons for me to grow. The dreams I thought I lost were always there to find. I could have had them so long ago, but it was only me who would not see. I couldn't feel the power inside of me. We'll never know why we do what we do. We only know that in the end, the power comes through, and we're stronger every day. Yes. We're almost there. My goddaughter Ripley got me this king-size California king bed, and they paid me $20 last night, $30 at the show last night, so I got my... I washed all my dishes. Keeping house. I gotta get that to... I have my picker-upper outside. And I just got this stove Saturday. And I got a microwave last week, right here. Somebody gave me that. Oh, just little stuff. Kevin! That's my buddy. He called me Auntie. He be looking out for us so good. I'm telling you, Kevin, I don't know what I'd do without Kevin. I'm telling you, I don't know what I'd do. And he's also the brother of Andre that owns this property that let me in here. Came through the fire, broke the chains of all my fears. Nothing can never keep me down anymore. And now I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Standing here waiting, an open door.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that people aren't coming. But, you know, once I'm dressed, I'll be ready.
Well, why aren't they coming?
I don't know. That's a good question. People always say they're coming, but then they don't. I mean, I've had great audiences at times, you know. Just tonight, there's not going to be a great audience. And that could be for the best. All I can do is put on a great show. That's the power I have. You know, I have the power to put on a great show.
Come on, let's hop in a cab. Come on, I'll pick up the tab in the darkest dive of your choice.
I hope something great happens. I hope, you know, some great producer or manager or whatever comes to the show or hears about the show and wants to work with me. That would be amazing. That would be awesome.
I know, darling. I know I ain't no Einstein.
Blessed are those who cannot see, who have faith. And that's kind of what I'm chanting to myself at times like this.
be in the service industry if I hate people this much.
That's what the service industry does to you.
I don't think I was tested by it like this, yeah.
Can you alienate them now so we can go home?
I've given them their check.
You know, I was going to be an artist. I was going to study art in school. And my father said, you know, you have to be dead to be a successful artist. So, of course, you know, I believed that. You know, he was my father. So that kind of like took the air out of that. And, you know, I always heard that nobody becomes successful in show business unless, you know, the circumstances are this, that, or the other thing. And, of course, I didn't meet that criteria.
Well, I'm going to assume that they know that I serviced.
Well, they gave you exactly.
No, one extra buck.
Aww.
It was like when I fell in love with you and lost myself to you. Such a child I was when I felt you close to me and you were one with me. It was one beautiful spell. You had me in your grip. Nothing else could matter for that one beautiful hail when I let my guard slip and I watched my heart shatter.
There aren't a lot of things I'm sure of in my life, but this is one of them. I've been through a lot of disappointing times and I've been discouraged, but I have not given up by a long shot. I mean, this is what gets me up in the morning, and if I couldn't sing, if I couldn't write, that's the reason why I'm alive. I know that. And that feels good to know that this is why I was put here.
For that one beautiful spell, I entered an uncharted world, lost in our charade. For that one beautiful hail, as my flag unfurled, my first parade. But you didn't know, you thought it was just another night, another life that would surely die. And you didn't know that you were my secret and alone. I had to keep it and pretend not to cry and not wait for you to say goodbye. I'm still waiting, waiting, waiting. I could only hear one song over and over again.
You know it ain't easy all the time. Yeah, it hurts. When I can see, oh, if I could just get over to that point right there, I can have everything I want. Yeah, it's stressful. Yeah, it trips me out. Yeah, I go, excuse me, fuck. What? What do you want me to do?
Open my eyes to what I look upon, and yes, I still believe that one beautiful.
Then it comes back to that place of peace. It comes back to that place of faith. It comes back to the understanding that these are just things that happen, and you can overcome them, and you can get up and make it.
So, do you have a map of the city?
Well, what I was saying about Boston, honey, the Negroes, the white folks, they are out to lunch. I was coming in the hotel last night. The guy almost ran me over. Are you in this? Are you in this hotel? Do you belong in the hotel? I went like, maybe not.
This is Boston, child.
I have a spiritual reason that I do the gay clubs. Because I had a problem with it one time, I'll tell you. I asked God, I said, okay, why? He says, here's what I want you to do. God spoke this to me. And he says, I want you to be a light in a dark world. Go in and be a light that says, I love you. I care about you. I'm Pat Hodges and I love you. Yes, I do. The world is in darkness right now. And every bit of light that God can shine through is a lifting up. Sending out this message to the whole wide world. So it's not just gay people. They just are experiencing heavier things to me. So come on, let's start a chain reaction.
Hi, how are you? Chris, how are you? I'm a DJ. I've been playing your song all year. Love Revolution. I played it last Pride.
Oh my God, she almost made me cry. She was so sincere about the fact that Love Revolution was like an anthem for her.
Would you mind taking a picture with the two of us for my website?
That's what we're shooting for. That's what we want. I want to inspire you to love and to give to people. I want to create a human race that embraces one another. Okay, I'm back. It becomes holy ground. This little gathering, these people, they become the parishioners, and God allows me to minister to them through me. He uses me as his vessel. See, energy and the God presence, instead of being right here, it starts expanding out, and pretty soon it can encompass the whole room. Like an ocean, like a wave of energy and stuff. And all that stuff gets transcended, and you can get through to the spirit, because that's what you're going for. Yeah!
She said she was just got the report that she had been cured from breast cancer. She had just gone, woo! And she said this took her spirit off the hook. See, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. Woo. That's love. That's love there. That's God's love at the epitome.
Are those eyelashes getting on the nerves? I would like for you to meet a friend of mine. Okay. Yes, the one and only, the incomparable, Miss Sylvia Shimwell. That is Miss Sylvia Shimwell, looking good, looking good. Oh, I mean, he's beating that face, girl. Oh my God. That's bad. I'm loving them colors too.
No, I didn't think Sylvie was gonna sing again because she couldn't talk, because her voice range had changed.
So I asked her, I said, why aren't you doing any therapy? She said, because they told me there's nothing else they can do. I said, well, there's something else you can do. You go, girl. Oh, did she see herself? Are you beautiful or what? Wait a minute. Oh, don't worry about it. You can't tell. Sylvia has a lot of pride. So she wasn't sure, you know, if she wanted anybody to, you know, to see her in that shape.
Whoa! Whoa!
All right, girl.
You going out tonight, I know.
Although I know my stroke was not as severe as Sylvia's, it's a mind thing. You have to make up your mind, I'm not having it.
Whenever you're ready.
A woman in love needs sweet inspiration.
She made the effort. And I think because of making the effort, it might change her mind, make her want to do more to help herself, to get back to where she should be, where she belongs.
Inspiration.
You know, all these projects are things that I'm investing my own money in. They're not things that are making money. As we are able to license some things, money comes in, and whenever I get royalty checks, I take that and I put it into the projects, because that's investing in my own art.
Woman might do.
You know, if you're not a warrior with your dreams, then, I mean, anybody can take over.
Maybe I'm too lost in how I thought it all turned out.
Well, Alan and Rose moved their studio up to New Windsor, New York. I wanted to get my new album done, so I said, you know, why don't I just paint it and we'll like trade off for studio time and mixing and mastering and all that.
She's a modern day bohemian.
You can't be weak in any way because there's no, you'll be chewed up, swallowed up, and disposed of.
Of a modern day bohemian, framed by the
Holy glue! I'd like to believe that all the effort that I put into something in one area, whether it works out or not, that energy or that effort moves on to the next thing. It somehow helps me get to the next point in my life. I mean, it's got to be that because there's something to learn from every experience, right? I hope.
While she does the walls up and decoupage, her old man tunes it up out in the garage. She feels and does it all. And if Mother Nature ever took a break, she would get the
So much came up last week. Like, it almost felt like a therapy session with a breakthrough.
It's all about the break. Sometimes I'm doing a concert where, like, I'm really getting moved. Part of me just wants to, like, kick my drummers off the stage. But that's the whole thing. You got to get to that brink.
Totally.
Where you know, where you still have control, but then you no longer do.
That's the point. You know, that's what you want.
I'm not a crier. Tears gone. Tears up.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love hearing that.
We can talk for years about your lyrics.
So it was like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous to listen to.
Thank you so much. You were just in the bar last week, right?
Right. We were there for the first time. We saw like, we gotta come see him.
So I wanted you to come for like another hour.
Oh, I love hearing that. Oh yeah, schmoozing. I forgot. I wanted a keyword, like, fuck, I can't remember what it was. Like, if there was something you wanted me to change or not do, whatever, I wanted you to, like, the key word to be Michigats.
Michigats. And so there was something where if you were going to make a choice and if you thought I hated it, I should say Michigats. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, now that I think of it, no.
I can't just say, Bobby, that's not a good choice.
Alan, who co-produced my debut album, it took us almost 2 years to make that album, and I don't want to wait another 2 years to put this music out. So we can do a DVD and a live CD in one day. This is not going to be like you're just filming a show
No,
that's
because
that's what I wanted.
There's a good chance is as we end a song, we're going to go to a slideshow.
Right.
Or something.
Cool. I'm not sure what it is, and I think I kind of like having that uncertainty about it. Just like, you know what, let's see what happens. Just, it might be incredible, it might be better than I imagined, and it might not be.
I'll need a close-up on Bobby.
No, not necessarily. I'm just looking for the future. I mean, we're on Bobby, you know.
I know, but when we get to
the ballads and the intimate stuff, it has to be here for you.
Okay, guys, we're going back. What's the next song?
When did you get that third ball? How are you? I'm good. I can't wait to do it.
I'm ready to make the next big decision. Yes, sign that multi-million-dollar contract. You know? No, don't sign that one. We have a better one, you know. Those big decisions.
These days, love seems like an act of rebellion. It's too easy to be cynical if we ever reach the pinnacle of these self-destructive ways. How could we find grace tomorrow? Can be more than.
Well, and I sent out the other 2 press kits today. The Verve Forecast.
Oh, right, okay.
And DRG. These 2 shows need to be less theatrical.
Oh.
You have to be natural, in my opinion. For if we get these people there, we want to get there.
Oh, good. See, I forget about all this stuff. That's why I need you.
I feel more comfortable when they know nothing about our relationship and they just think I'm like a manager.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I had no idea you felt this way.
Never. It's never said, Matt, you're my manager. Go get that for me. I have, honest to God, always felt, you know, like the boyfriend who stands in the back. And
I never
like,
thought of you that way. Okay, Matt, you're my manager.
Not
Go out there and get that for me. Oh, and lick those stamps.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the new year to start.
Well, I went to the store to pick you up something. There wasn't anything there nice enough for you.
Oh, all right. I can go with that. You dropped the cake.
Okay.
Are you serious?
The ice cream fall too.
Oh my God! I'm not gonna laugh no more. This is like a shrimp salad. It's wonderful. I always start with a little sushi.
One of the things that's been difficult with Pat has been her health.
I even got this outfit picked out that I want to get.
You know, I keep telling her, I said, you know, that weight is the devil on you. I said, you take that weight off, you can get up, you can go out, you can do things, you feel good about yourself, you can wear clothes, so that when we launch the record, she's able to really be there to support it. I've really wanted to have her resolve some of those issues. You know, it's like I said, it's like, you know, you're killing yourself.
So the pilot did land, and so Marty came back on since I was still sitting on the plane. He said, Myrna, would you please come off the plane, because what I have to say, I can only say one time. And I heard a cry in his voice, you know, but I couldn't imagine what it was. So I get off, and he just said, and we're all cuddled around him, he said, Elvis is dead. There were a lot of times you could be at Graceland and you wouldn't see Elvis. He'd be up in his room, asleep, or not wanting to be bothered. But as long as he knew you were there, he was okay. But it felt so strange knowing that he really wasn't up there. And so all of a sudden, his dad, Borwn, came home from making the arrangements. And of all the people that were sitting there, he looks at me and he comes to me crying, you know, and he said, I lost my boy, and oh boy, I'm holding him and we're both crying. Is the kingdom. I was so depressed, and I'd be on the phone, you know, saying, you know, I just feel like I lost my brother. And my mother got so sick of saying that, hearing me say that, she says, you've only got one brother. I said, Mommy, that's not what I mean. You know, I loved him very much. Sometimes there's just one little thing that'll set you off, you know, just start crying again. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Just don't get over it, really.
Well, hurry up, Anime Bullet, and get on that stage. If you ain't on stage, you about to go on stage. Sweet inspirations for life. Yeah, for life. That's right. Girl, there was this one Elvis, he sang his butt off. Really? I swear to God. My man is a good
got the Elvis belt.
And who is this one too?
Thank you.
Tina, right. That's terrible Tina.
She called me Titi.
Oh boy. As long as they can sing. I don't care if they don't sound like Elvis. I don't care if they don't look like Elvis. I don't care if they don't dance like Elvis. They just got to be able to wail.
All of you know who the sweet inspirations are, right?
So I said, I'll never work with those guys. And he said, and how much money are you making sitting home? So I said, well, maybe you got a point. They have great personalities off stage, and they just do the Elvis thing on stage. I can understand that. But when they think that they are Elvis reincarnated, it's really sick. It gets sick. We kind of like to call ourselves ambassadors for Elvis. I think the love of Elvis has brought so many people that wouldn't have known the joy of being together.
So 1 amp still, 1 light, 2 coronas.
That's the Birdman.
Play along, one baby.
One of these days, we'll buy a casino.
It's not easy. Not easy. I'm surrounded by a lot of dark people. And there are people that, you know, are jealous and people kind of, they stab each other in the back. It's someone I worked with, someone I do work with. I've been absolutely betrayed and stepped on in many ways by people who I have been really generous to and loving to and supportive of.
And please don't go anywhere. I'm sure between the three of us, we know every song in the world.
Almost. I feel like nobody could really hurt me anymore because of the way I've been hurt here. I've been there for a long time. You know, I make a good living there, and I get to see Joanna and Harry, but I feel like one of my feet is out the door right now. Absolutely.
Someone is performing your song.
Love Revolution?
It's a drag queen.
Oh, is that right?
A man and doing your song.
Oh, my God.
Hello, good and you?
Drastic. What had really happened is I couldn't hear, so I didn't know where I was. I literally have to shut up until I hear where I am, because if I keep on singing, I'm just going to get further and further.
It's frustrating to me because I know how great she is when she's on. Because when she forgets things and she loses her place, she beats herself up. I see it in her face, and then she just screams and wails for another 8 bars. And,
So I missed it, and then tried to get the choir. I was getting the choir on, tried to get all the lines in, and I couldn't hear it. So I faked it. I made it to the second verse, though.
You know, you really have to blow people away. I mean, you can't just be good. You have to be phenomenal because it's got to travel word of mouth. You know, it's not like we have this amazing budget for publicity and advertising to bring recognition. It's a perfect showcase for her true ability. And when it doesn't happen, it's sort of like making 50% of an opportunity when you could make 100%. I don't know how honest she is with herself of how much she might have blown it or not, because I don't know that she ever realizes how much opportunity is there. So is this Almighty Records?
Right. We are the world's
Probably, I'd like to say most successful, but certainly most prolific gay dance label.
Mm-hmm. It's gotten really bad over the last couple of years. A lot of the clubs now bring in DJs as opposed to singers, because the DJs are now the stars. Of course, they don't make the records, but they're the stars. So I'll just play these, and then we'll just move through them, and I'll just play like a verse and a chorus. Like I won't go through the whole
I tell you
thing.
what, I pull out the. If there's 10 tracks, you play me 3 that you rate. I mean, if there are any that are very American, don't want to hear them.
I'll let you decide. I will say nothing. Yeah, I'm just working on finding new ways of making it all happen and come together and bringing people on board and getting them excited and enthusiastic just by the music itself.
I can and I will. I got everything I need.
Now, the other thing, I've got to say this to you, and don't be offended. If you were trying to break the UK market or European market, please don't be offended.
Don't worry.
Pat has to go. Pat Hodges. It's too. It's associated with. It's not a good name.
But she might be the new Pat. You know, you just never know.
Right, chaps, I have to fly. But
Yes,
I want my photos.
we do. No, you see, you can't get that close.
Can't get that close?
Okay, there. Okay, this is good. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! I knew it would be rough. I knew it would be a rough weekend.
I think a lot of the best performers suffer from a great deal of insecurity and some element of self-sabotage. And that's, the thing you always have to work against.
I have company this morning. Don't ever show everybody how hungry you are all the time. Dry food, that's all you get this morning. If I never perform those songs again, it wouldn't bother me. My heart ain't in it. My heart is not in it. My heart hasn't been in it in some time. My heart's just not in it. He suspects it. I feel very bad about saying that, because I know what we put into it. And I love Peitor so much. I love him so much because he's so brilliant, but I have to be honest, My heart and my head just isn't there anymore. I think my bank account says $83.50. But I don't care. I don't care.
I was talking to Leela at Cult Records when she mentioned they needed vocals for dance track Dynamix was producing of the Vicky Winan song, Shake Yourself Loose. I approached the Sweet Inspirations about it, and they liked it. The next day or the day after, I can't remember which, Portia decided that she didn't want to do it.
I've sang on things where you've mixed R&B with gospel, but I had a wrong, the word for it is a wrong feeling mixing disco beats and gospel music. I just don't like that.
I'm not gonna let anybody tell me that they're gonna pick and choose which songs they're gonna sing. That means that you're gonna stay home and somebody else is gonna be brand A or brand B. You won't be in the brand. You won't be in the lineup. The rain just came through the roof. The water got into those things like that pink thing up there and got heavy and brought the ceilings down. My closet is a wreck. People are just not comfortable.
Hello?
With success.
You was not kidding.
I told you.
Oh my God!
I told you. Has Portia ever had anything that was going to be released as, no. So you would think, okay, this is my chance.
Girl!
Yes. Bathrooms, everything. She's afraid of success. Otherwise, she would have had it a long time ago. She's talented enough. Self-sabotage, I don't know where it comes from. I see people who destroy their lives just for the hell of it. But they don't know that they're doing it. They really don't know.
And so we were trying to think, well, what else could we do? And I was talking with Myrna, and I said, well, what about seeing if Cissy Houston would do a lead on it? And that way it'd be kind of reuniting the group on a special little record thing.
I'm not an idiot. What do you think is behind this whole thing? Little Myrna.
It's just that when you're singing like that and you do your lead-ins and whiz, there's just so much emotion coming through that I want to capture that. I just want one more on Lose Your Seat.
I'm about to lose this seat.
Uh-huh. See, if you weren't so good, I wouldn't make you work so hard.
Sure.
For Cissy to agree to do it was a big step for her.
From a publicity standpoint, it was certainly interesting that this was the first time the Sweet Inspirations and Cissy Houston were getting back together. It sounded like a hit record to me. It's like those notes. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really, it's something to be excited about. Okay, here we go.
But I marked 9, that's what we're starting from. So we're gonna go back. I labeled them finals.
When men began to pray, the jail started shaking.
Hearing her voice, the presence of her instrument, all the different colors within that was just like, I've never heard that.
I thank you, sir.
And I thank you. Thank you for blessing our project.
Yeah.
Am I on time, Tracy?
Yes, I'm the one late. Don't complain.
The CD is finally finished.
Well, it's like over 2.5 years, right, that we've been working on this.
I am so excited. I just can't. I wish I could just put it out there myself right now.
So we're all very happy. It came out well. It looks nice. And now it's just about marketing it. Apparently you used to pay to be played. Now you pay to be on a list to be considered to be played. It doesn't mean that you will get played.
They don't call it payola, it's just call it getting on the playlist.
And how do you guys go about getting on the playlist?
I guess you have to have some cash.
The initial quote, it was going to cost us $40,000 just for the first week. And if the record took off, then it would be closer to like $150,000 just for urban AC. We're not talking pop.
With the iPods, just like you've been doing.
It's for Japan or for his
this
project?
This is for his reel. He's going to film school.
Wow.
And the video is for his reel too, but it gives us a free video. They really take direction well. So
Okay, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, he wants us to shine, and that's why he gave us the light. Jesus gave me a little light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me a little light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me a little light. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
I'm sure we'll get some kind of minimal airplay, but I don't think we would see anything on a chart unless an investor came along and said, well, we want to give you this money to see, you know, what we can do with this. You never had it on the earrings this big?
No.
Well, you've been missing something.
I guess so.
Oh, man. That's too much.
She's gonna also get her rich.
I wish that we have a hit.
All right.
That's my wish. That Peter be rich.
All right. All right. That's right.
That's it.
All right.
Now back to work.
You know what's kind of freaking me out a little is that I've been like really kind of chill about it. Like, why aren't I nervous?
You are the answer to so many questions that you want to know, that you hope will show.
And today, I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't nervous all week. Now I have to be nervous for the whole week today.
To where there's a wellspring and a light to everything.
And now I'm doing what I want to do. A place like Feinstein's wants me to release my CD here, my DVD here. That's pretty cool.
Go!
You know, what I've been learning, what I've been working on is that we actually create our future by what we think in the present. And I know this is true because I'm here right now. You know, I've been thinking a lot about how I don't feel very ambitious. And that used to worry me a lot. I don't feel ambitious. Like, I don't feel like so hungry that I have to, you know, be a star or you know, I'm not afraid I'm not gonna be a star.
Hey, I don't think it's preachy or pious, running something hopeful and illuminated by us, for we are whole.
I'm happy to be doing exactly what I'm doing, and I think maybe through that happiness or because of that sense of gratitude for what I already have, you know, the rest of my life is appreciating.
For we are one.
The littlest things I'm grateful for. Like, oh wow, my mums are coming up in my backyard. That is so awesome.
I'm really not
I forgot I even planted those.
the top of the heap.
I don't feel I need approval from not only the people I work with, but from anyone anymore.
Find something that will
It's huge, and it's huge for me.
something more than
You know, I don't know what I'm doing after this show, and in a way, I'm not so freaked out about it yet. I may be in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but right now I feel like I'm okay where I'm at.
This time my heart and mind will be wide awake, open and free. This time my point of view is clear, here and now, unencumbered. Every second's a dream come true, 'cause I'm finally at home, home in my own skin, as the cold days of old, debts are numbered. Or maybe that's what I've been up to all along.
Oh man, see, I was right. I should have spread out the nervousness. I made myself so nervous for this, like way more nervous than I ever have. And I'm so glad I didn't fuck up. That's how powerful the mind is.
But now I feel ready, this time.
When it finally came out, it was Cissy Houston's record. The record company president made up the CDs without letting Peitor know what was going on.
I got an email saying, oh, we changed it to Cissy Houston with the Sweet Inspirations because it was shorter.
Cissy Houston and the Sweet Inspirations, real small. Sweet Inspirations, real small. Cissy Houston, really big.
And it's like Dynamics featuring Cissy Houston with the Sweet Inspirations.
Like it's Cissy's record with us accompanying her. But actually it was our record with Cissy doing a solo.
I felt used. I felt like they were completely exploiting her name. So I felt they were doing her an injustice. I felt they were doing the Sweet Inspirations a terrible injustice.
It's like from years ago. And Cissy had nothing to do with it. You know, she didn't know what was going on.
Do you have any idea why they think it's acceptable to break the terms of their contract?
No. You always have to figure the X factor of insanity and egos.
He's gotten a tough blow.
Well, they took my producer credit away from both producing the background vocals as well as producing the lead vocal.
And why did they do that?
We don't know.
You go in with a good feeling on a good level, and then you get disappointed again, you know.
What's the point of, putting someone else's name on my work? It's like, you don't have to pay me anything, but give me my credit.
I'm not over yet. I'm still struggling, still scratching, still trying to make ends meet. Like yesterday, we were just riding in the car, and the father was talking to me. I could just hear him saying, "Okay, I know you're frustrated, but get over it. Come on, let's go." I know that God can do it. I know it's possible. I know I've seen him bless other people. Why not me? I have definitely asked myself that question. The love of money is the root of all evil, but money answers all things. Not that it's gonna make me happy or sad.
But at least you'll be warm.
Can you see me in my chinchilla?
You need a healing.
I need a healing.
We still got to work on strings and horns, but you can take a listen.
She has put in a lot of hours and years and days for her not to get any recognition. I think is cruel. I think it's cruel.
If an artist is very enthusiastic, then, you know, I'm enthusiastic to put a lot into the project. But if the enthusiasm is waning, then it's like kind of, well, why am I bothering putting my energy into this? Because the artist isn't there to promote it or push it. I just don't feel her spirit is on it in the way that it was. So it's complicated. She's a complicated person.
Wow.
Whole lot of talent. Whole lot of talent. But it's not just about singing. So that's why I'm saying it's like, you know, it just needs to be talked about instead of just abandoned. I'm not completely unreasonable. And I understand what the industry is like. I just want to be credited for what I've done, and I want to be recognized because I spoke to my attorney and I spoke to someone else, and they were very surprised at what the problem was. But if they're not interested in working it out, then there's nothing for me to be talking about.
Came through the fire, broke the chains of all my fears. Nothing can ever keep me down anymore.
You know, there's always something that you have that can solve a problem. And when there isn't a way to solve a problem, then you're in really bad shape. You know, you have to always think, there's a way for me to recover. It takes a lot of money to get it in a record store and all that. We're selling it when we do our Elvis shows, but we haven't released it to the public officially yet.
We still don't have that national distribution.
Why is
that? I don't know. We just haven't been able, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't tell you why that is. I'd love to know.
Yeah, they're counting on me and relying on me to do what I do. I mean, if I was working with just one act, all my time would be devoted to that one thing. Do you think you can go to like a snare hit as opposed to brush or no? Just so that we have some dynamic.
Just move to sticks, in other words?
Yeah. Tom, you know, I love you. Let it be like a 2 or 4 bar pattern. I think it's a rhythmic thing as opposed to lead lines. Right. Thank you, let's go.
C'est la vie, c'est l'amour, c'est aimer chaque jour. C'est la vie, c'est l'amour.
It's getting his hair did.
Not done. Did. C'est la vie.
And the one.
C'est l'amour. Et je ne sais pas.
Monte Carlo is what's me getting to play Burt Bacharach and Herb Alpert and Henry Mancini and John Barry, and it's just not what people get to play these days. I was a kid then.
Trois, the trois. Oh, you want to retake this one too?
Just the trois.
Okay.
Dans le creux
De mes bras, toi.
It's not working. And I've decided that there's nothing holding me here in Los Angeles. Nothing. There's no reason for me to stay here.
I want to go. I want to go somewhere. No, take me to the beach, anywhere but here.
LA is hell. LA is hell. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sick of LA.
I'm getting my car. And I can get my driver's license at 15 now.
Because I've got 3 little words for you, baby. Just 3 little words. Therapy. That's right. Therapy. Now that's what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, I'm back. I'm back once again. Ready. First, we got to work on you loving you. That's where it all starts. But I need to be in a place of peace, and Los Angeles, for me, is not a place of peace anymore.
And Alexis, does she feel the same way?
Yes. 6 months. I'm giving myself 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Love LA, been my home, been all my life. And then eventually, when I get 90 and 100, I'll probably end up in Shreveport someplace. Some big mansion. Me drinking mint julep. So I ain't going nowhere, Peter.
I'm not worried.
I don't care. You and only you are responsible for everything that goes on in your life. Your entire experience. If you believe the world is a beautiful place, you're going to experience things that are beautiful. Like me.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hoo, 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 a celebration. Hoo, hoo, a celebration. Feels good. We'll know better after it's over.
They wanted us. You know, we're not sharing the bill with somebody, or we're not working behind somebody. It's us.
Myrna. You know what?
A celebration.
So that was Roland who did our mixes. You did our mixes, right? Right on.
It's on, it's on. Is that it?
Yeah.
When the day is long on the blues and I can't see through the clouds, I recall that this is but a dream. And this pain is no more than a shroud.
Prayer works. Constant prayer. And staying in that frame of mind, like, I am protected. I am healthy. I am safe. I am sound. I am above all of it. If I stay in that frame of mind, good things I will experience.
Some people who have a talent to do the very same thing that I've been blessed to do, they hold back. They don't want it to be heard because they don't think it's ready yet. They don't think it's finished. As soon as it comes out and it makes you happy enough to sing it, if that's what you do, it's done.
Please remind me it's all love, and it's all any of us needs.
If there's a kid, you know, at Brandy's just starting out and he has talent, I would say continue to develop your talent and surrender everything else.
Your good deed, it's all love. It's all love.
You came up with all these words. They came out of you this way.
Yeah.
And and the way that you're guiding me to do it, you know, I think it's gonna be a #1 record.
Real singing, real music, as they call it, is coming back around. And we ain't no ways tired. No ways tired.
I don't know if I'll ever retire because of this. You know, when I'm not working, I get very pensive.
I'm still doing it. If I had to be an 89-year-old woman in fishnets
If you have tenacity and you believe in what you're doing and you really have something to say with what you're singing, I mean, that's really what drives me.
So I'm very fortunate that I have this life at all.
I say this, when you find yourself, you find God. When you find God, you find yourself.
The whole point of faith is to have faith when things aren't easy. I mean, that's really what faith is, isn't it?
I say it like God is calling us to a higher place of praise.
And that's why I say it's like you just have to be, a warrior of light. In the face of everything that's going on, just keep carrying the light, because it's so easy to have people get you to want to just put it down.
Yeah.
It's all love, and it's all any of us need. It's all love, like a flower to a seed. Let us grow through you, Lord, and remember your good deed. It's all love.
I don't feel bad about my choices at all. Some of them were made because I had to make them. Some of them was for survival. Some of them was out of a spiritual need or a spiritual growth. So no, I really don't have any regrets. That's something else you brought out of me. I really don't. I really don't have any regrets.
You makes me feel good.
Some way, somehow, at least one of those recordings will be left for posterity, as they say. One of them will come up billions of years from now, and it'll be like, hey, that's Portia Griffin. And they may not know who I am. So for all of you who are listening now and looking then and waiting later, you just gotta put it down, be happy with it, and let it go. Just let it go.